Welcome to Pullin Out Travel. We're Ryan and Marcy, two friends who reconnected 14 years after high school. We fell in love and we got married. After living in Illinois for 8 years, we decided to sell our house and travel full-time in our travel trailer, Winona. In our videos, you'll see us explore the United States, play some golf, try some delicious new foods, and show our 3 dogs places that they've never seen before. We'll take you along all of our adventures, and we'll even show you the not-so-pretty side of full-time RVing. We've made new friends, created new memories with old friends, and we're loving every minute of it. Stick around, because in today's video, we're in Green Lake, Wisconsin, where we discuss how life on the road isn't always scenic views and smooth rides.
Please come join me and let's talk about the last 36 hours or so.
Where do you want to start? The beginning?
Let's start 7 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. So we put our house up for sale, and the buyers wanted to do an early close date.
A quick closing.
Quick closing.
So
And
basically closing 2 weeks after we accepted their offer.
Yes. And Wednesday morning was the last day
of the attorney review period, and so they had until like noon on Wednesday to back out of their offer, and they did at about 7 a.m.
6:45 to be exact. Wednesday morning. And so we were bummed.
Yeah.
Obvious, because we have been scrambling to get out of our house. We had a garage sale, we tried selling things, we were donating things, giving things away, trying to unload literally everything that we've accumulated in the last 8 years,
but don't need
in our house.
Yeah. Yep.
And the check engine light came on the new truck. That's irrelevant. It was fine.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Yeah.
So, but it's at least like one more little scare.
So Thursday morning we wake up and we have a tea time here in.
So we're in Green Lakes, Wisconsin. We had a tea time at Lawsonia, the links course. If you're a golfer, if you know of Lawsonia, it's
amazing. Rushing to get out of the house, we get to this campground that's about 3.5 hours away from our house.
About 3.5 hours, almost straight north.
On the way here, we run over a broken tire. Someone got a shredded tire.
It's a semi-tread. When they come loose from the tires, they end up all over the road. They get run over. People, they're heavy, so they make a mess of shit.
Yeah.
Mess of things.
This is a family channel.
Yeah. And it got up underneath our trailer and it broke the drain for the gray tank. Like right in half.
Tell people if they don't know what a gray tank is.
So the gray tank, well, we have 2 of them. One is for our sink in the kitchen, and then the other one is for our shower and the sink in the bathroom. So it's called gray water. It's not black water. That's the gross one. So I had to do a patch when we got home from the golf course last night, about 9 o'clock or 8:30. I was out there with a lantern and a roll of T-Rex tape trying to put that thing together. So it held. It's good enough that I could drain the tanks and everything. So
it's done. It's held up pretty good.
It's held up fine. For fixing it in the dark, we'll fix it.
Wait, is that the wrong saying?
That's definitely master of none. Gosh.
What is it?
That means I'm good at nothing.
That's not true. Because if anything, he carries me like a backpack. So we get here, we get set up. I go inside the camper. Now, this is not our first time traveling with our travel trailer, okay?
Yeah,
We've camped in this for the last 2 years. So we're familiar with the routine. We're familiar with what we need to do.
Yeah.
You know,
we're really efficient usually setting it up. Like we're very good at it takes us 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're fully set up. We're hooked up. The air is going. We have a beer in hand or a golf club.
I walk inside. I had forgot to store away a 2-liter jug of Dunkin' Donuts caramel syrup. Yeah. I forgot to store it away in the pantry, and the roads in Illinois are crap. It was not.
Wisconsin is when they got really rough.
Yeah. So I walk into the camper and there is 3/4 of a 2-liter jug emptied out of caramel, not coffee creamer, legit straight caramel all over my kitchen floor.
Well, here's a quick lesson in where not to put the caramel sauce. There's your culprit.
This was full. I'm scooping caramel off of my kitchen floor, and I told Ryan, I was like, there's no way that I can get all of this. I can't. We still found caramel today.
I found it this morning or this afternoon when I pulled the griddle outside. It was underneath that too.
You guys. It
took a while
terrible.
to clean up today.
So anyways, we got that cleaned up. We go golf. We golfed at, what's it called?
Lawsonia Links.
If you guys are ever in the area.
Yep. It's awesome.
So beautiful. I'm not familiar with like a links style golf course where, you know, you have this huge open space and it's just, you know, fairway. So like the whole greens, it's just hilly.
Yep.
And you can see like all the different players, but they're like little microscopic figures in the distance.
Got room for one more if you still want to go to Aspen.
We were playing on the course and all of a sudden I'm like, what is that sound? I'm like, that sounds so familiar. Kenny G.
Yeah.
Guy behind us.
It was smooth.
I mean, he's the godfather of smooth jazz.
Too.
Blaring. Like, we could literally hear him from like, I mean,
we were only 100 yards away from him probably.
Yeah. But just blaring Kenny G.
Just living his best life.
And we were on a hole and he hit this really good shot. And it was just as I was like looking over at him and he hit it and it landed softly right on, like a long shot, landed right on the green.
6 feet right of the pin, maybe.
He turns around and he looks to see if anybody saw him.
He was so happy.
And he was like, hey, look at this. And we were like, yeah, hey, good for you. And he just shouts back, enjoy your life. And we were like, I'm having a crap day today. So, I mean.
Yeah, it was
I didn't play well.
There's been some things that feel like they arrived when they needed to.
Sure.
So far, in spite of a rough couple of days.
That.
Which we haven't even talked about the roughness. This has just been a long story about what our day was like yesterday.
That was yesterday. And then this morning, we wake up and Ryan was like, the breaker has popped.
Well, I was doing dishes and I didn't have any hot water. So I went out and I checked there's like a reset button on the hot water heater.
It's nice
sometimes
that he knows
it'll
how
pop.
to do all this stuff.
So you just come out here and you hit the reset button and you can hear it click on, you can feel it stick, and it did. So I pushed it in, I went inside and checked the breaker, and the breaker had popped. So I flipped the breaker inside, but you could hear it hissing.
Yeah.
It sounded like steam, being released.
Yeah, like a tea kettle.
Yeah. You could hear it percolating inside the tank or something.
Yeah.
And then it would pop the breaker again. So I think we have a bad electric heating element because it won't run on the electric. It pops the breaker on electric. But we're lucky because it also can run on propane.
And we've never ran it on propane before.
Yeah, it would never run on propane. We could never get it to work on propane before. So while I was messing around with it, I noticed that there was a ground cable that was just unplugged. Well, I plugged it in, I went in, I flipped the switch, and it immediately started.
Side note,
propane.
We know that when you have a camper, travel trailer, RV, fifth wheel, we get that nothing's gonna go perfect all the time. You're gonna have issues. You're living on a house on wheels. We understand that there's
Yeah.
going to be problems. It's inevitable.
Yeah, when you're bouncing it down the road like we were
Right.
yesterday too.
Right.
You can only be mad about things breaking for so long, and then you just got to get to the business at hand and get stuff fixed.
We thought we had to leave here. We were only had this reservation here for one night. The fact that we were rush, go yesterday, and so we were like, how nice would it be if we could reset here, actually be able to enjoy this campground because it's amazing.
It's awesome.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So we called the office
We're
and she was
used
like,
to
no,
that.
it's booked. This weekend's one of our busiest weekends. It's our Halloween celebration. Sorry. So we're like, all right. So we're getting our shit together and we're getting ready to like pack up and get on the road.
I
He was
really
doing the
wanted
tanks.
I really wanted to flush the black tank really well because we were going to stay at a Harvest Host.
And they don't have water.
I flushed it and flushed it and flushed it, and I filled it like all the way up and then flushed it again and did that twice. And so the third time, I usually put like 5 gallons worth in. But this time I got distracted and I started putting air in all the tires. I was going around checking all the
I'm
tires.
taking a video of a caterpillar.
Yeah,
Like,
Marcy's just
definitely not helping.
Marcy's
at
just
all.
chasing butterflies.
Yeah.
I left the black tank flush, just running and running and running and running. And so it can only go so far.
All of a sudden he was like,
And it
Mars,
went too far.
do you have the water running? And I was like, no. And so I opened the door and there is water flooding out of the bathroom and the water out of the toilet is just doing this.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? The beep, 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 beep.
And
beep,
meanwhile,
beep, beep.
I'm tucked underneath.
He's laying under the camper.
Yeah, I'm underneath the camper.
I'm
and
like,
I
there's
have to
so
like
much water.
I like have to roll out from underneath there.
There's so much water.
And grab the I literally like dove across the ground and pulled the black tank lever so it all came flushing out of there as fast as possible. It was
a breaking point, to say the least.
Oh my
We got
God.
all the water cleaned up.
Yeah.
And
I almost walked straight into the pond and never came back. And like
it was water. It's not caramel.
it wasn't.
You act
it was
like it's
easier,
caramel.
It was easier to clean up than
Yes.
the caramel for sure.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes later, we finally got a break, and they called us from the campground office and they said, Leanne here who's been wonderful.
We love you.
Yeah. She calls and says, so this is really weird, but the people that are staying in your exact site have some sort of emergency, which hopefully if they ever see this,
guys
hopefully
wanna
you're
call-
okay. You guys can probably stay. I'm just trying to confirm that they're not going to make it. So let me just think about if you want to stay. I don't even know if you're here. I was like, oh, we're still here. We're supposed to be out of here in about 30 minutes. So we're like, oh, I had to put 2 totes away, pull the jacks up, and we were gone.
And I said to Ryan, I said, were you praying to someone when we were having this
I said I wasn't, but I do feel seen.
So after that, we went to the grocery store. We picked up some sausages.
Oh my gosh, the bratwursts.
What are you doing?
This is like the holy grail of bratwursts.
I just picked up dill pickle brats. Look at this. They're all different. Fiesta cheddar. Bloody Mary brats. Reuben brats. Smokehouse mushroom Swiss beef. Philly cheese.
Too bad we left all that sauerkraut in the fridge at home.
I know. But you have relish.
You don't put relish on a Reuben.
Too bad we don't have my sister's kimchi.
Oh. Kimchi sauerkraut.
I was gonna say, if you have kids, like definitely bring them here around this time.
Yeah.
But also, there's a lot of groups of adults that are like,
Yeah.
there's like a bag competition going on over here.
Yeah, they got 3 sets of cornhole boards over there.
Yeah.
They're having a day.
Not only were we happy we didn't have to travel on Friday the 13th, but we were thrilled that we were able to enjoy this cute campground. They literally have something for everyone. As you pull in, you see their cute mini golf course, and then the whole campground is decorated for Halloween. Every September, they have 2 consecutive Halloween weekends filled with activities for the kids, like, of course, trick-or-treating, an outdoor movie night, and a DJ. Ricky! For us bigger kids, they have a basketball court, pickleball courts, and a 9-hole par 3 golf course. And then those with a sweet tooth like me, they have an ice cream parlor and a coffee shop if you need to pick me up. They have 4 pools, a hiking trail if you're trying to get in your steps, and if you don't have a camper, they have 5 cabins that you can also rent. Typically in late September, they have a harvest festival and a collector car show, but sites fill up quick, so reserve your spot ahead of time. We met this cute girl named Katie.
Nope. We're going to see them. Eventually, they're going to come back
She stopped over and she's like, oh my gosh, your dogs. I have 2 basset hounds too. She's like, are they boys or girls? And I was like, they're both boys. She's like, I have 2 girls. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Keep them away from here.
What?
They both get up okay, but they just got to take their time.
Come here, little girl.
And like, well, this one, while he's like climbing up sideways, the Jack Russell just rips by him all.
Here's our site. We absolutely loved it. We're in G10. You can rent paddle boards and kayaks. And then over here, there's lawn chairs. They even have a snack shack. Look how cute this is. And then we had to try out that par 3 9-hole course. We tried for aces, but no such luck. My lucky ball.
Yeah. As soon as that yellow ball came out yesterday, you got hot. She's always hot.
Yeah, he's a beautiful dog and smart. He's been very good. Yeah, and for me, as we're getting older, I didn't need some.
Before the night was over, we grabbed some ice cream that we probably didn't need, but we definitely deserved. And then we had a nice fire while the neighbor kids ran around, giggling with their flashlights and glow sticks. It was so cute. A pleasant ending to a stop with a less than pleasant start. That's our time in Green Lake, Wisconsin. Even with the obstacles we dealt with, we're glad that we turned it around and enjoyed this campground for everything that it had to offer. We hope you add this to your summer or September vacation. Be sure to like and subscribe to keep up with our travels, and we'll see you next week.